I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Most men are living out of integrity. We say we want more of life, but deep down, we're stuck in a rut, lying to ourselves every single day. And we both know it, don't we? And here's the harsh truth. You're not where you want to be, not because life threw you a curveball, because you haven't stepped up. You're hiding behind excuses. I'm too busy. I'm fine on my own. I'll figure it out on my own. And don't talk about this kind of stuff. That's all bullshit. The reality is that you're out of integrity and your inner thoughts don't match your outer actions. That's why you're feeling stuck, anxious, and burnt out. You feel it, don't you? The weight of all that frustration, anger, and exhaustion. You've got that gnawing sense of dissatisfaction, like no matter what you achieve, it's never enough. You might even be at this point where you're asking, is this all that there is? Try to ignore it, bury it under your work, avoidance, or distractions like porn, alcohol, drugs, and anything else that numbs the pain. But it's not going away, is it? Let me tell you where this path leads. It leads to more frustration, more loneliness, and more disconnection from your wife and family. More nights where you wonder why the hell you're even doing this. You just keep pretending that everything is going to be fine. But your relationships are falling apart. You're emotionally drained and you're just one bad day away from breaking down. You've been telling yourself, I've got this, far too long. And now you're running on empty. So is today going to be that day? You know, that's why I created the Integrity Challenge. It's not some fluffy self-help crap, but a real hard look at our life. It's where we get a chance to break down our lives into 6 major pillars: financial, emotional, physical, spiritual, professional, and in our relationships. And we're going to confront where you've been out of alignment and finally start getting you back on track. And here's the thing. Men are ready to change when they're ready to take responsibility for 3 critical things. First, take responsibility for where they are. All our thoughts, our words, our actions have led us to today. No one else is to blame. Second, who we are. Our mind can be a maniacal tyrant or an obedient slave. And let me guess, if you're watching this right now, you're probably leading towards the former. You've let that tyrant run the show for far too long. And third, got to take responsibility for who you aspire to become. It's not enough just to show up. You've got to be obsessed with being the best husband, father, brother, and leader that you can be. That's what the Integrity Challenge is all about. It's about stepping up, taking responsibility, and owning every part of your life. My name is Alain Dumonceaux, and I know what it means to fall hard and hit rock bottom. I've competed on the world stage, and literally, I was part of a World Culinary Olympics and took home 2 silver medals. But while I was achieving the level of success in my career, my personal life was falling apart. I became a father, went through a painful divorce, claimed bankruptcy, and lost everything. That's when I started to ask the tough question: how can a man be so successful in business and still completely suck at life? That question led me on a relentless pursuit of everything I could to learn about how our mind works. I became certified in NLP, emotional intelligence, timeline therapy, and even got an MBA at 50. But none of it could prepare me for what came next. After 25 years of training, I nearly lost my second marriage, became a father to an addict, and one day found my father-in-law unalive after a tragic bathroom accident. That's when I learned the hard truth. You can take all the training in the world, but if you don't apply it, you might as well stay home sucking your thumb. It wasn't until I started doing the work, really putting these lessons into practice, that I began to rebuild my life. Only by the grace of God was I given a second chance to salvage myself and my marriage. That's why I created the Integrity Challenge. It's a first step for men like me, men like you, to start aligning our lives. Because I've been where you're at, and I know firsthand what it takes to dig yourself out of that hole. Now, don't just take my word for it. Listen to what Sean C. had to say. I finally found a home where I can be open and express myself. And Randy Ace told us this group helps me be gentler with myself, not so demanding. They encourage me to pursue my passions in a healthy and a supportive way. These men are seeing real change. not just surface level improvements, but deep, meaningful transformations. If they can do it, so can you. So when you take this integrity challenge, you're not just answering random questions. This is a science-backed assessment that takes you on a deep dive into where your life stands across those 6 key pillars. Again, remind you, financial, emotional, physical, spiritual, professional, and relationships. Your results will be compared against data from hundreds of men who have already walked this path. And here's the powerful part. You'll discover which historical figure you're currently aligned with. Whether you're like Thomas the Doubter, Arthur the Initiator, Gawain the Transformer, Percival the Atoner, or Odysseus, the Master of the Journey. But that's just the beginning. You won't be left with a bunch of scores with no direction. You'll create an actionable plan, an integrity blueprint. It's going to map out exactly how you can raise your satisfaction in key areas of your life. You know, this blueprint is your personalized strategy to move from where you are to where you want to be. You'll define goals, identify strengths you need to lean on, and lay out the steps to start living in alignment with the man you aspire to become. Now look, time is not your friend here. Every day you stay stuck in the same patterns is another day wasted. You already know deep down that something has to change. So here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to book a mentoring call with me. This isn't some canned one-size-fits-all advice. It's a one-on-one conversation, and we'll go over your integrity challenge results and start creating a roadmap to get you on track. But here's the deal. I only have limited spots for these calls, so if you're interested, serious about leveling up, don't wait. I want you to click the button below to book your call and start taking control of your life. Remember, your future doesn't wait for you to get comfortable. It's time to act. So here's the bottom line. Taking the first step by watching this video, but watching isn't going to be enough. You know you're ready for change. Tired of the excuses, the frustrations, and you're feeling stuck. The integrity challenge will give you a clear picture of where you stand and who you're aligned with and what needs to change. But more importantly, it's the starting point of rebuilding your life on a solid foundation of integrity. Now the next move is going to be yours. You've seen how other men have walked this path and changed their lives. You've got an opportunity to do the same, but it starts with taking action. Book that mentoring call with me today. Let's go over the results of your integrity challenge. Together, we're going to create a plan to move you from where you are to where you're feeling more like Thomas, Arthur, or Gawain, to become your own Odysseus. This is your chance to start living in alignment with the man you know you can be, but it won't happen unless you take that step. So click the button below to book your call, and let's get started on your journey together. Live well, my brothers.